Welcome. Today we are diving into one of the most exciting, most creative parts of any building project, RIBA Stage 2, Concept Design. Honestly, you can put the spreadsheets away for a minute. This is where the real magic begins.
So, you ever wonder how that happens? How a simple idea, maybe just a quick sketch on the back of a napkin, actually transforms into the blueprint for a real building? Well, the answer is RIBA Stage 2. It's the absolutely critical bridge between pure imagination and solid reality. So what is it exactly? Well, according to the official RIBA plan of work, concept design is the stage where a project shifts from asking, what do we want, the client's brief, to exploring the exciting question of what could it be. It's all about opening up the world of possibilities. I just love this phrase, it's the creative pivot. It so perfectly captures that exact moment of transformation, the point where you stop just analyzing data and information and you start actually creating tangible, visible solutions. It's a game changer. Here's a great way to think about it. Before this stage, you're planning what you're going to design. But in stage 2, you're actually designing the plan itself. This becomes the core strategy, the foundational DNA for the entire project.
So how does this all work in the real world? Well, the core workflow can be broken down into 4 really essential steps. Let's walk through them.
And here they are: analyze, generate, select, and finally, refine and approve. It's a really logical progression, right? First, you understand the problem inside and out, then you create a ton of options, you pick the best path forward, and then you finalize that solution.
First up, analysis. And listen, this isn't about design just yet, it's all about deep understanding. You have to immerse yourself in the site. We're talking exploring the views, the access points, all the constraints. At the same time, you're getting crystal clear on what the client actually needs, what their budget is, and how all the spaces have to function together.
Okay, next is the really fun part, generate. This is where creativity is just completely unleashed. Architects explore tons of different design options using, well, everything, from simple hand sketches and 3D massing studies to slick digital visualizations. The goal here isn't to find the one perfect answer right away, not at all. It's to explore as many potential solutions as you can possibly think of.
So once you have this whole range of options on the table, it's time to select. But how do you choose? Well, you evaluate every single option against that original brief. Does it meet the client's needs? Crucially, does it fit the budget? And is it likely to get planning permission? This is a really collaborative process with the client to figure out which concept is the strongest one to carry forward.
And finally, refine and approve. Before you move on, it's time for some serious due diligence. This means doing a preliminary cost estimate to check if it's even viable, reviewing any potential risks, taking a hard look at sustainability, and of course, getting that critical feedback and formal buy-in from the client. That sign-off, that's your green light.
So, we've seen the how, but let's talk for a second about the why. Why is getting this stage right so completely non-negotiable? Because it is, without a doubt, the foundation for the entire project's success.
The ripple effect of Stage 2 is just massive. I mean, look at this. A strong concept, that leads to a project that stays on budget, sails through approvals, and has a super clear direction. But a weak one? Oh boy, that means spiraling costs, fighting with the planning department, and just endless frustrating redesigns.
To put it simply, this is your single best opportunity, your #1 chance to set the entire project up for success. Getting the concept right here and now pretty much locks in the foundation for the budget, the planning strategy, and the overall health of the entire project. It's huge.
And hey, for all of you who are studying design and construction right now, listen up. This is where your skills truly come alive. This isn't just some abstract theory from a textbook. Stage 2 is the hands-on, practical application of everything you're learning about design, technology, and pure problem solving.
All right, enough talk. Let's make this real. It's time to put all these ideas into practice and start thinking like a designer.
You know all those skills you're developing? This is where they all come together. Your sketching and massing skills, that's what fuels your design thinking. Your CAD and BIM skills, your Revit, your AutoCAD, that's how you turn those ideas into models you can actually test. And your ability to estimate costs and really present your vision, that's what gets an amazing concept to prove.
So here's a little challenge for you. I want you to imagine you've just been given a brief for a small 2-story house. But there's a catch. It's on a sloping site. A classic, tricky architectural problem. Okay, thinking back to our 4 steps, what would your first 3 design moves be? Seriously, how would you respond to that slope? How would you position the house to get the best views or the most sunlight? Go ahead and just pause for a second and think it through.
The crucial point to take away from all this is that concept design is so much more than just drawing pretty pictures. It's strategic problem solving at its core. It's about making those huge foundational decisions that are going to guide every single choice that follows.
You know, every great building you've ever stood in front of and admired started with a single, powerful concept. So the real question is, what will yours be?